Okay, we're in my kitchen now, and I have opened the second envelope that Chris sent me, has the instructions. I did open it ahead of time so I could prepare a little mise en place, and I'm just finishing cutting up the wieners that the recipe calls for. I like saying wieners, don't you? I'm going to multitask, and I'm going to start this pan, and now back to my wieners. Because I'm secretly a 12-year-old boy. Just point of fact, these are the official hot dog of the Minnesota Vikings, so you know that's near and dear to my heart. Cook onion and celery in 3 tablespoons of butter, about 8 minutes. Do not brown. So I'm going to get this going. I'm returning the jar of pimentos because I don't think this is going to make or break this recipe one way or the other, and I can't open it. What do you think? Do you think I'm going to drop something for you? A lot of people love cast iron skillets. My sister-in-law said, get yourself a cast iron skillet. They're really easy to take care of. You'll love it. And then you have to, you can't use water on them. You have to scrub them with salt. And then you dry them in the oven. And I felt like I had to quit my job to take care of my cast iron skillet. But I take my sister-in-law's word on everything. Yeah, you probably noticed Seymour clicking around in the kitchen, trying to find something to eat. That's probably the wolf in him. It's so primal, just always trying to get the next meal. And it doesn't help that I'm not a very neat cook, so I'm sure there's plenty on the floor for him to partake in. I'm going to try and get ahead of tasks that I've seen cooks do. Okay, after this, stir in the flour and mustard. Mystery recipe. Ding dong. Who will the mystery recipe be at my door? I don't know anybody who's ever used a whole thing of celery for a recipe. I think it's so fun. They need to sell them stock by stock. But I'll just put these on Craigslist for someone else. Stir in flour and mustard. Okay. 1/4 cup of flour. And the dry mustard I got so confused about at the store. Would it be too much to hope for that this is actually some kind of roux? I think so. Cook. Okay. Add bouillon croute. Oh, okay. I forgot to get bouillon at the store. That was on my list because I get so overwhelmed. The beauty about cooking is pivoting and being creative and improvising. So what I've done is I've taken my Lipton packaged soup mix, and the instructions call for that to be dissolved. You know what? I like chicken flavor, so I'm just going to throw that in. That seems dissolved. I mean, I'm not really good at science either, so you can hardly see the chunks, so it must be dissolved. Cook, stirring constantly until thickened. Then cook 3 minutes longer. That's so funny to me. I don't deal well in abstractions because I don't know what thickened means. Everybody has a different idea of what thickened means, and then 3 minutes longer after an abstraction. Doesn't it sound like he's wearing a bunch of tiny high heels? The constant clicking. Look, I'm going to be honest about something. I just realized I forgot to wash my hands before I started chopping the wieners. But honestly, I think that impure hands are the least of hot dogs' worries. Alright, I'm going to start the frankfurters, which need to be browned in 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'll start them on the other burner. Alright. We take our Vikings approved wieners. Oh my God. If you've ever done a recipe where you had to brown wieners, please put it in the chat because I'd love to know what it was. I didn't stir this constantly, and I think it might be the thick that they're talking about, so we're going to go with that. Oh my God. I have no idea what this is going to be. Now, this is thickened. Add milk and heat to just boiling. So this is 6 cups of milk, and I don't know if it's going to fit. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to try leaving it like that because we're getting kind of close to the top there. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the wieners. I had a nickel for every time I said that. Oh, how many wieners have I turned down in my lifetime? We've added the milk and heat just to boiling, and now we add the cheese until melted. It's American cheese, so you would think it wouldn't take too long to bring to a boil because plastic melts easily, so I think we're good. Here goes nothing. Oh my God. This might not be a recipe served at any of the Michelin star restaurants. Now the fun part, add vegetables and Worcestershire. So you know it's healthy. My soup, whatever this is, it's out of control. I don't know what this is, if this is even a seriously real recipe or if Chris just made this up. Oh, and the Worcestershire. And then this will be on my shelf for the next 30 years. I should just put that on Craigslist too. Okay, second to last, add Frankfurter's browned in 2 tablespoons of butter, which we did. I'm going to give Seymour just a half a hot dog. Can you sit? Sit. 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 Seymour. Seymour. Come here. Sit, please. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Here go the hot dogs. This could not be the whole recipe. Okay. Season to taste with salt and pepper, which I'm sure is crucial. I'm sure that's going to be pivotal and turn this whole thing around. Season to taste? I'm not going to taste it. Or am I? I'm going to open the third envelope that Chris sent, which I think probably explains everything. And cheesy hot dog soup, a vintage recipe from 1955. This is a black and white printout, but Chris, I bet you have the link to show this in full glorious 1950s color. And I feel like I feel like we really have to button this up, and I am actually going to taste this despite my aversion to hot dogs and cheese and this. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's kind of good. I mean, yeah, it's kind of good. I'm not keeping it, but that's it, you guys. Cheesy hot dog soup. Thanks for joining us on this recipe adventure. I hope we have more recipe adventures down the line. And remember, just add hot dogs to everything. So, Karin, the videographer, just left, and I'm looking at my messy kitchen, and I'm looking at whatever this is, and I realized, you know, Chris would probably like some of this, so I'm going to mail him some. yum.
Mm-hmm.